I think, and I think what it boils down to, if someone is willing to create a black distribution company, I would like, and this is my suggestion, keep this in mind. You're not in competition with the white companies. You're opening doors for black creatives. That's the key.
You
The demographic
you
is different.
Yeah,
you literally have the keys to the kingdom,
yeah.
because there no who wants. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. I'm trying not to be. Nobody's trying to work with, especially now. Nobody's trying to work with us.
They're not
You
worthy.
literally, if you figure this shit out, you are good for damn near for life. You could make any kind of deal that you want to. You could from the smallest amount of money to the largest amount of money. You can do it on a sliding pay scale for whoever it is that you want to have your stuff put out to. You are locked in for the foreseeable future.
Hmm.
And
You
that's the only thing
you touched
that's
on something that it's gonna make me pivot a little bit, but someone that asked me just made me think of it. I was talking about writers and like I have like the heights, the weights, the nationality of all these characters that you're gonna come to meet. And he had asked me, he was like, does this character at first Jackson, he was like, does Jackson have to be mixed? And he's like, he looks white on the first page. I was like, no. I was like, yeah, he needs to be mixed. It's important. And I was like, for the sake of where the story's going. And I was like, and a lot of mixed kids look white when they're younger and they come into their blackness as they get older. And so I
Hmm.
was like, I do want that. And then other characters, he was like, well, man, he was like, a lot of our main protagonists, they're like mostly black. I was like, no, he was like, don't think we should like make one of them something this or make one of them. And I was like, no. And I was like, and I was like, and I don't feel bad about saying that because I was like, 85% of the Power Rangers are white. 85% of the Avengers are white. 85, and I was like, and everyone bitches and complains when we race bend, and they say, why don't you just make a new black hero? I said, fine, I'm gonna do that, but don't bitch that there's not a lot of white people in this
Thank
story.
you.
oh, I'm
Like,
sorry. Would
I'm
you
gonna be the change that I want to see in media, and it's very purposeful. And so I told her my right. I was like, yeah, they got to stay like that. And like we give our flowers. We got some true black girls in the story. We give our flowers to black women in the story. So it's gonna be
can I
dope.
I want to pause you for 2 seconds.
Yes, ma'am.
Time's up.
As somebody that is dying to get into voice acting, like for real, thank you, because I don't I the struggle to find parts, not even in major works, in
Hmm.
minor stuff, does not
Mm-hmm.
exist for me. I cannot tell you how many white girls I have had to sound like for free in
I
order to help
believe it.
somebody get baby. And
Mm.
even then, as a woman in general, regardless of
I've
race.
even heard it's hard for black. Like my cousin, he is he's a voice actor, and he was talking to me about just even auditions. It's hard for to come by. A lot of the times they won't want you to
Yeah.
audition, and I'm
Yeah,
like, and that's half of. And my other client, he feels different ways about it because he's like, that's the whole point of being a voice actor is I can be anybody. So the fact that you're
anybody.
stereotyping me because I'm black
Hmm.
or a character that may not be black or whatever the case may be, it's like, well, that's the whole point that I'm doing this. If my voice can do the job, whatever, but
It
you won't
Doesn't
even let
matter
me
what I
try.
look like.
exactly. And as someone who's a fledgling voice actor like myself, she's got more under her belt than I do.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see these auditions and you look at the person portraying the character, I said, that's a white person portraying a Hispanic character. That makes no sense. Why? Y'all have plenty of talent out here that sound authentic, but you don't want to take
See,
a chance on them.
I, that's a mixed bag for me because on one hand I feel that way, and I'm like, if the talent pool was open to everyone, like meaning you guys got just as many at bats as white characters, then I would have no problem with a white person voicing a person of character. But the problem is you don't. And then on top of that, you want to give the scarce little roles that we have to them as well. And so for
Hmm.
me, because like my white friend, he does a great black guy. And I'm like, I want to see you in some shit as a black guy. But he was like, they're scared to do it because it's insensitive. And I'm like, man, fuck that. And I was like, you got a good impression. And my other friend does. What was it? I can't even remember. I was going to say it, but it's like that's the whole point of voice acting to me. Is like I can become these characters. Like if I prank call you and you don't know what's on the end of this, like I can pretend to be some Asian
Baby,
person or something. Like, that's the point.
dude,
That's me all the time.
the faces of
And
people.
it's
I
like,
used to
but
work
they're
at
not
a
going to let you audition for the 80% of the white roles. They're going to say you got to audition for this
Mhm.
15 to 20%, and then at that you still could be losing a role to someone that's white.
Can I tell you about the time that I was told I wasn't urban enough
I
when I
believe
was
it.
auditioning? I said, "Who? What's urban? What do you mean urban? Urban for you? I need to put on by two old white men." I was at the rage. The
I can only
rage had
imagine that.
in me. I was like,
Young lady,
okay.
I just want to let you know
I
that
guess
you do not
this isn't
sound
this isn't
urban
an
enough.
open mind. Like we thought that you would nail it because why?
Can you be
Why?
more ghetto? Can you
I don't
try
understand.
to be more
What
ghetto?
what decibel would you like me to be for my loud vernacular?
The real thing.
Do you want me to
My
like
my
drop?
cousin gets the same thing, and he speaks in the
Uh,
proper
It's
and that, and they're like, he doesn't sound like urban enough. And you know what's funny? Oh God, I hope I don't get him in trouble for this. I'm
don't
not gonna
do
say
it.
his name.
well,
I'm
we
not
don't
gonna
know
say.
his name, so it's not
I'm
like he
not gonna
can't.
say his name.
There you go.
But
We weren't gonna let you.
he's a very professional speaker, but he's actually the voice of Google. And so if you say, "Hey Google, what's the weather today?" He's the guy talking back to you. He's a black BL.
They will not give this cat the proper time of day.
No, and he can't like live like Siri, and people can't know about it and everything. So, but yeah, I'm very proud, and I take every opportunity to brag on him. I really hope.
That sounds like pride to
Yeah,
me, man.
I didn't
That's
say his
what's
name, so we're cool.
that's being
And then there's
proud, man.
and then there's the AI. Look, AI is pissing me off to
Uh,
levels. I know I don't. I'm not. You know what? I don't want to get you in trouble
I don't want
at
anybody
all.
in trouble here.
I'm not getting nobody in trouble. But yeah, where were
I'm
we
very
going
proud
with
of
this?
him
We
though.
don't have
Salute.
who?
I said I'm very proud of him though. So salute.
Oh no,
He's an introvert. He's a blurred himself. He would be like, stop it if he was here.
Like I get at times. Yeah,
yeah.
she does it to me all the time.
It's love.
I don't like it either. I promise you. If I have to go outside, it's a struggle. It's